Greetings, Flow State Jedis. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sumet Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, which means I'm a flow state specialist and I help you feel and perform your best. Today I'm going to be speaking about how you can curse yourself and others, okay? This is very, very important to know, especially in regards to magic, but also in regards to psychology. There's something called Nuerolinguistic cursing, okay? And the definition we're going to start of a curse is something that keeps somebody captive in some condition or identity over time. So if you're like, that person is a loser and they end up believing that they're a loser, you've just cursed them. So it is the belief that they have of the curse itself that fuels the curse. Okay? So let's just say that somebody has really like past trauma associated with self-judgment or something like that, and you end up having a bully judging them very intensely, like humiliating them in front of the whole school or something. That is actually a curse. You see what I'm saying? Because that is letting that person stay in that same reality for years and years and years, almost having it go unnoticed that they can't change themselves, right? They can't change their identities. They can't change who they are. And so they remain stuck in that curse. So my secret that comes down to the pleasure alchemy that we use, also join our adepts program where we actually teach you the fusion between flow state and mysticism. Mysticism gives you that power over using the mental and spiritual technologies, okay, in order to transform your life. That's the reason we're doing this. Magic is effective, right? We're getting to the results faster, especially when we are studying the energetics of one thing, right? If you study the energy of it, you'll understand it. So has this ever happened to you? You curse yourself. You say, that's just not me, or I'm not the kind of person that does that. Or you point to someone else and you make a judgment about them, their character, which then in return is communicating with your character, remember? So you've cursed them, and then that curse that you've set on them is now going to curse you because you don't want them to play that character. It's almost like you were like a super like sorcerer's apprentice and you turned yourself into a frog by saying that, you know, I'm a simp or whatever. You've actually taken away your own powers by doing that, right? You've set in stone what it is. Now, what if you could start to shed this personality and actually have what you would like as an outcome? What do you actually want to happen? Not what you believe about what's going to happen, because we can reconstruct beliefs and help you adopt newer beliefs. Okay, that's what is most beneficial when doing change work, right? Looking at the limiting beliefs and getting to the limitless beliefs, or the beliefs that are going to expand your life rather than constrict it. One thing I want to say is, just because you are a rich person, right? You have a lot of money, you have a lot of wealth, it does not make you an automatic badass. You do not auto win in life just because you're rich, okay? You can have the things that other people have materialistically and, you know, objectively you think that it's better, but overall, having lots of money does not make you a cool person. That's what society wants you to believe, though. And so you spend all your money on all this fancy watches, fancy cars, trying to flex and posture yourself, get the bag, and show yourself as the man or the woman who's got it all. For what? For connection, for affection, for love, right? We just want to be appreciated. We just want to be loved, but we use all of these extraneous ways to try to get to the original dopamine hit or whatever, right? Like, we use all of these other ways to try to produce those neurochemicals where we actually love ourselves, love others. What if you could genuinely love yourself without any of that, right? What if you could build your personality, your character up to a point where you respect that character in the movie, right? You go, damn, that guy's fucking cool. That's what you want to actually create for yourself, okay? But guess what? You might have been cursed by someone telling you that, oh, I mean, you can't ever be that. What are you talking about, man? Like, that's not even possible for you. What if someone convinced you, like really, really convinced you, that you will never make it in your industry? That's a curse. And how do you break a curse? You first of all have to knock off the table's legs. What do I mean by that? The belief is up here that's been generated and perpetuated through your own life and your own stories that you've been telling yourself. Now you got to break off the legs. You got to disprove that belief. How do you disprove it? Through action. Through action. You could say, I'm not a great painter. I suck at painting all day you want. Nobody gives a shit until you create a masterpiece and then people are like, what? Bro, that's fucking fantastic. What do you mean you're a bad painter? This is a work of art, right? And then you start going, really? Oh, I guess I'm not that bad, right? You're looking for approval from other people to break your curse, break you out of your curse. I'm telling you, go forward and break those curses by taking massive action on the things that you love doing. That is what is going to break you out of that curse. Because you're saying to yourself, my identity is malleable. I'm a shapeshifter. I do not have to be like that. Just because I'm professional doesn't mean I have to be boring. Just because I'm, looking for reputation in society and trying to climb up the hierarchy ladder doesn't mean that I have all the charisma in the world. It doesn't. In fact, a lot of, rich people that I've coached or trained or, they kind of have this entitlement, right? They're like, just do it for me. It's like a kind of laziness that I've also adopted over time by living with a silver spoon, by not really putting myself into the limelight, into that space where I can do it myself. And your back's against the wall, and you have to use your self-sufficiency and your autonomy to get shit done. Now, I understood from doing this Costa Rica retreat that my Lilith was in Aries or Mars, right? Now I know that I've got to get into that competitiveness again, whether that's competition in fighting, in rap battling, in just dominating the industry on YouTube, Going with that understanding of I'm going to crush anything that's in my path, right? A lot of people resonate with this idea. Okay, but do you follow through on it? A lot of people don't. So really think about what I'm telling you today, okay? This is not a light topic, but if you can understand how to avoid cursing yourself and you're speaking into the language of what you're truly trying to create, like let's say you're like, yeah, I'm the type of person that, beautiful women don't like. I would say, how do you know? Have you ever even talked to them and gotten into a conversation? Because when I was in Costa Rica, beautiful women were talking to me all the time and it was very casual. Right? I wasn't like, oh my gosh, she's a beautiful woman. Yo, this is a person who's clearly worked on her physique and makeup and personality and whatever, right? She's made herself, that's like us flexing and being like, I'm a lawyer, and then you find out the dude is from McDonald's, right? He works at McDonald's. So that's kind of like a woman, wearing pounds of makeup and putting on the skimpiest dress she can find and flaunting that, right? Showing her curves, showing her body. For us, what can we really do, right? We can show our muscles and so forth if you have some, okay? If not, gotta hit the gym, bro, okay? I realize I want to have a thicker looking neck, okay? And that, again, I'm doing that not for girls, I'm doing that not for guys, I'm doing that for myself, right? I don't really care for the validation from others, oh, nice neck, bro, I love that neck fade. I don't give a fuck, I'm just doing it because it's meant to be, I'm a guy, I love lifting heavy shit, I love living my life to the greatest capability, and I'm not gonna create any confines anymore, any chains, my mental prison anymore, because I understand that is the curse. And I'm free from the curses. I'm free from the shackles of society. I can look at social conditioning and not immediately react to it. I can make a choice. I can be like, no, that is not for me. You see? And immediately adapt. What if instead of saying that beautiful women don't talk to me, which is then cursing them and then them cursing you, what if you said that beautiful women are bound to always find ways to get irresistibly attracted and magnetized to my aura wherever I go? It's undeniable, right? What if you lived with that delusional optimism? Start doing that. Start creating and generating the possibilities for yourself. Don't let other people convince you and give you opinions, because that's their own insecurities being projected through their thought forms onto the experience, then cursing you. Don't fall for that curse, which means don't believe in what they say. Okay? Especially if they're not an expert in that arena. Or they could be a great expert in that arena, but you're just not getting the results that you truly desire. The true desire, the true depth of what you crave comes from your authentic, massive, aligned action without detachment towards the results. So go forth today, make shit happen, okay? Break those curses and create new shackles, new boundaries for yourself, okay? Take away all the hexes, take away all the curses by not believing in those old ideas and almost having the insight and consciousness of a baby, learning fresh, learning new, always fresh, always new ideas coming in, flowing in through you, where the energy can flow and not get trapped and stubborn, okay? Let's get it today. Upward Spiral Gang. Hope you enjoyed this video. Share this with a stubborn friend who's not changing and you need to wake him up and shake him up. Let's get it today. Us, may we never be the same again. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're all gonna make it. See you on the other side.